The Kia K900 first came to the North American market in 2014 for the 2014 model year. Kia originally thought that they would have some competition with BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Lexus, Cadillac. Instead, they were lucky to pull 100 units of these a year for an entire country. The Kia K900 did not sell well. So today I want to tell you why I think it didn't sell well, some of the pros, some of the cons, and overall my general thoughts on the Kia K900. The first reason why I think the Kia K900 did not sell is because marketing. Kia did not advertise this nearly as much or at all, for that matter, as they should have. You cannot think, I guarantee you, you can think as hard as you can. You cannot think of a single time you've seen Lisa Kia K900 for $499 a month, or a Kia K900 racing a Mercedes or something stupid like that. Instead, you'll see an Optima. Oh, come out and buy our Optima, or lease a brand new Forte or Telluride or whatever. You will not see come out and lease a brand new K900 because, well, Kia just didn't market it. And that's a problem because, if you want a car to sell, which you definitely do if you're building it, you kind of got to market it. You can't just say, well, people find out through word of mouth, because I guarantee you, there's not too many people who are going to say, oh yeah, go out and buy a brand new K900 from word of mouth. I guarantee you. And if Kia's thinking that they can stick it in the papers and people will read it, I guarantee you they won't. Because the people who read the papers are the people who drive exclusively Mercedes-Benz S-Class coupes. They're not going to go out to their local Kia dealer and see a brand new K900 sitting next to a Soul and say, I want that. They're just not going to do that. So the second reason why I think the Kia K900 did not sell was because it's a Kia. And that's pretty sad because people think, oh, well, if I have a Mercedes, people will respect me. You drive a Kia, nobody's going to respect you. That's what most people think. So most people are going to go, I'm going to go get an E-Class. I'm going to get a 5 Series or 7 Series or CTS, XTS, ES, LS, whatever. They're not thinking, oh yeah, my goal today, my mission is to go to a Kia dealer and see if they have a K900 because I really want a K900. First of all, no, nobody's doing it. Second of all, you don't even know that the Kia K900 exists. So even if you do want one, if you're one of the 7 people who want one, well, too bad, because it's just not going to happen. You won't even know about it because, again, Kia did not market it. It was truly, truly a bad step for Kia. Although, one interesting thing I'll say about this car is that it's priced more like an E-Class 60, about 65 grand, and it's equipped more like an S-Class. You're getting a lot of the cool features that you'd find in an S-Class, a 7 Series, but you're paying E-Class price. That was very good. Kia knew that they had a good value proposition, except, again, nobody bought it. It was truly, truly a good car, but it just didn't have any marketing. It didn't have anything going for it. It was just thrown out there and people are expected to buy it because it exists. You can't have a car exist without it being marketed. It was truly an interesting idea that Kia thought, yeah, we'll just throw it out there. People will see it next to an Optima. They'll go for it, even though it's double the price of an Optima. They'll go for it anyway. Trust us. Yeah, 7 people bought the Kia K900. But that's enough talking about what bad things are going for the Kia K900. Now let's talk about some of the good things. And there's quite a bit of good things going for the Kia K900. The first one is the amazing 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You can buy a brand new 2020 or 2019 Kia K900 and you won't have to worry about any major breakdowns. I'm not talking about, oil changes or tires. I'm talking about anything major. until 2030, or you hit 100,000 miles, whichever one comes first. And that's for anything. You have a Soul, same treatment. You have a Nero, same thing. Optima, Telluride, Sportage, all of these have the same thing. And it's not just Kia, it's also Hyundai. But anyway, so yes, the warranty is amazing on this thing, which something Mercedes does not even come close to. The next one is the ride quality. For Kia, it's one of the smoothest Kias you'll ever come across. The Soul, not even close. The Optima, not even close. The K900 is probably the smoothest riding Kia that you'll ever come across. The next one, decent styling. I happen to think that the K900 is a very attractive car. Of course, not as much as, say, a 5 Series or an E-Class. Speaking of that, I can't even tell E-Class from a C-Class. But anyway, it's not even as nice as an ES, but still, for Kia, for what it offers, it's a very, very nice car. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 if I were rating it. Next thing, it has a nice interior. The interior, like I said about the styling, is one of the nicest interiors you'll come across in a Kia. The Forte, it has a decent interior for the class. The Soul has a decent interior for the class. But the K900 steps above all of those interiors. It gives you some of the nicest material. You didn't even think Kia had some of the stuff that they put in the K900, and yet they do. The next one, E-Class price for S-Class experience. I already went over this. You're getting S-Class materials, S-Class driving experience for the price of an E-Class. It's truly a good value proposition. Just too bad that most people don't know about that. The next one, it has a powerful V6 engine, 365 horsepower. Now, of course, that's not nearly as much as you get in, say, an S-Class, especially if you get the top-of-the-line one. It's a V12, same deal with the 7 Series. But for a Kia, 365 horsepower is way more than you'd get in an Optima or a Soul or a Nero or even their largest vehicle, the Telluride. Just 365 horsepower, the same as a Stinger GT, and it's perfectly adequate for the kind of car that it is. However, now we have to talk about the cons, which I've talked a lot about the cons, but anyway, the brand recognition. Unfortunately, again, Kia just is not as strong as Mercedes or BMW or Audi or Cadillac or whatever, Lexus, Acura even. It's just not as strong. So yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot of people saying, oh, look at me, I drive a Kia K900. What's that? The next one, very low sales numbers. In Canada, they sold 7. They sold 7 Canadian market Kia K900s. These things are just very, very poor sales. In fact, where I live, I don't think I've ever seen, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2, I don't think I've ever seen a Kia K900 driving on the road where I live. That's quite interesting. Anyway, the next thing is it's a $60,000 Kia. Now, this ties into the brand recognition, but 60K for Kia, that's kind of a lot of money considering, you have the Soul going for 19, the Rio going for like 15, you have the Telluride going for 32, then you have this, which is like twice as much as a Telluride. It's quite interesting with half the practicality of a Telluride. But anyway, so yeah, 60 grand is what they're trying to sell it for. It's a good price for a luxury sedan, but it's not a good price for Kia. Again, considering that all the other models I've shown you are at least half priced. But anyway, my final thoughts on the Kia K900. The Kia K900 is a good car. It really was. It's just not a good price. It's not well priced. I'll say that. It's also got a very, very, very bad brand recognition. You drive a luxury car, you would say, oh, I drive a Genesis. Oh, I drive a Lexus. I drive a Mercedes. Oh, what do you drive? I drive a Kia. That's enough to stop anybody from having another conversation with you about a luxury sedan because, Kia, again, is associated with hamsters, not luxury sedans. But yes, the Kia K900, I think, is an amazing car. it's just, it didn't sell well. It's a Kia. And overall, Kia didn't really even, from what I can tell, Kia didn't even try. Did they even want this thing to sell? Because if they did, they would have gone through all of the trouble to at least, make a commercial. Had they made a commercial, maybe they would have sold 9 in Canada, not just 7. It's more, you would have gotten more sales had you just put in the money and you made a commercial with the Kia K900. Instead, you want to hire people dressed up as hamsters to drive around in a Soul, because that's the smart decision to do. But anyway, the Kia K900, like I said, is a great car. It's a great value. It's great for everything for everyday driving. It's just an all around great car. It just is a shame that most people just don't know about it. And that's the main reason why the Kia K900 doesn't sell. Most people, they just don't know about it. They've never heard of it. Kia K900, what's that? Even there are some car enthusiasts, there are some car people who didn't even know that this thing existed. In fact, I'm one of them. I didn't know that the Kia K900 was a real model until Doug DeMuro reviewed it in 2018. I just thought, I didn't even know it existed. So yes, Kia definitely could have done a better job marketing the Kia K900. Instead, it's forced to live out a life with no owners because nobody knows that this thing exists. So anyway, that was the Kia K900. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.